Stop asking your mum to pull you off. Lizzie brought you up to know better, but you and Jeffrey thought you'd be clever, needed someone to hook you up. Little did you know your mate's a sick fuck. Dirty monarch Jeffrey will get you a fuck. Dirty monarch Gilly will groom them up. Dirty monarch, you can't cover this up. Dirty monarch, you sick sweaty cunt. To the club to meet someone, but you met a girl that's way too young, headed to an island for privacy, but she got a picture with Andy. Dirty monarch Jeffrey will get you a fuck. Dirty monarch Gilly will groom them up. Dirty monarch, you can't cover this up. Dirty monarch, you sick sweaty cunt. The Duke of York, he loves to pork. The Duke of York, he loves to pork. The Duke of York, he loves to pork. Now you're in damage control. Queen says that ends will roll. You sick sex offender, better cough up that legal tender. Dirty monarch Jeffrey will get you a fuck. Dirty monarch Gilly will groom him up. Dirty monarch, you can't cover this up. Dirty monarch, you sick sweaty cunt. The Duke of York, he loves to pork. The Duke of York, he loves to pork. The Duke of York, he loves to pork. Dirty Andy
with the boat Convict Class, and we have. Hey, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Shane,
hey,
right?
How are you? All right.
Right on. Good to have you, buddy.
Yeah, same. Look, been looking forward to it.
You're Sam? Well, are you're Shane, right?
Shane. Hey, Shane.
Yeah. Nice to have you, man. I've been looking forward to talking to you too.
Calls me, yeah, everyone calls me Sten Gun because we've got two Shanes in the band, so it gets a bit confusing at times. So I go under my old nickname, Sten Gun.
Okay, that's why I messaged you saying that I have a bass. I play Ibanez bass. That's why I said that, because I thought you, when I saw Shade on it. Okay, I got you, man. Okay, because that's when I saw your face, I'm like, that's not the bassist. I knew you were a singer. So I'm like, I got really confused. Okay, well, pleasure to have you here on the Rooster Show. I'm Rooster, and thank you for being here. Wow, welcome aboard. Welcome aboard my family.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Tell me about your band. When was it formed? When was Convict Class formed?
We officially formed in about so in Australia we had pretty strict procedures during COVID, and the boys had already been together for a few years prior, just jamming, putting some music together, and then during discussions during COVID in the lockdowns here in Victoria, we decided that we'd get together Soon as we got out of those lockdowns, we organised a practice, did a few cover songs. I recorded a lot of the songs that I'd already put together, and then went off and started writing lyrics. So yeah, like I said, we started October 21, but we probably had a head start because we already had a body of work already there ready to go. So made my job easy.
Right on. Hey, I noticed your tattoo, the Convict Class tattoo right there, buddy. Hell yeah, bud.
We got the ink. So me and the drummer
have to get one on
we
my
made
forehead.
a promise that if we ever got it, we should have got it straight on the forehead. Yeah. We made a promise that if it got to a stage where we played a gig to get a tattoo. So we've followed through with that, and we've played a fair few now. So one tattoo band's enough, but got a few of my favourite bands on my arm and that. So
that's awesome.
Hopefully, plenty more in the future.
Oh, that'd be awesome! I would love to hear it. I enjoy you guys. You guys have really great sound. Your voice is amazing, and so you guys really kick ass. Good band. I mean, you have the one album right now, right? Is it the one album?
Yeah, look, at the moment
you have a couple singles, the Beach track, and I got all of them.
Yeah. So essentially, when was it? September last year, I think it was. We recorded a 6-track EP. So we played 2 gigs at this stage, and then we went into a local studio just to record a demo. And we just picked 6 tracks and said, look, let's just get a demo out there to send to promoters, festival organizers, so on and so on. When we got it back, we were pretty happy, or we were very happy with it. So we got it on, I think, 200 CDs, and then we put it on all your streaming platforms and got a really good response from it. So we've been busily writing a lot more material, but I think
I noticed
we underestimated how much time gigging takes. So in the last 12 months, we've played, I think, 23 or 4 shows now, and 3 festivals. So we've been really busy.
That's good.
But that took away from us releasing more material.
Yeah, those 2 tracks, which we'll keep secret right now. I won't say nothing, but I'm like really, I do blast them at work. So luckily they don't know what the hell I'm playing. But I get some looks because a lot of the bands that I play, The Business and Last Resort, all that stuff. And, and then all of a sudden they hear skinhead, in it or whatever. And so they look at me a little weird, but I'm like, what? It's like, hey, I don't give a shit. I'm not hateful. I'm not racist. I love, I love everybody equally. It's just the individuals that fuck it up for every fucking race. We have it in the white people. We have it with black people. Everybody is beautiful. They're wonderfully created, just like the Bible says. Everybody's fearfully and wonderfully made. But it's just the individuals that fuck it up with everyone. So
look, it is, and
go ahead.
I totally agree, and I think we everyone that has a skinhead at some point in their life gets associated with the neo-Nazis from the UK back in the early 80s, and the skinhead subculture started way before that, and the Nazis came on the scene a lot later. And it's just an unfortunate thing that a lot of the skinhead culture, subcultures still to this day does get brandished with that, probably by people that don't really know the scene that well. And look, we've had it. I've had it because I do like my oi or street punk.
Oh yeah.
But essentially, look, we've been called things we've been called a punk band, an oi band, street punk. at the end of the day, we just do our thing, and that we out to actually stick to a subgenre of punk rock. It was just, let's write a song, let's have a bit of fun, and see what people think. And that's where we've kind of landed. So
yeah, I mean, just because your way is skinhead, which is fine. That's awesome in my book, and I support it. I support Away, like all the way, and because I know the goodness behind it, the unity, the love, the brotherhood, and it doesn't matter where you're at. The Philippines, Mexico. I have people in Japan. And there's people everywhere that support the same scene. We're all the same. We're just different in in nationality, and so but we're all one. So so I appreciate that.
I grew up in outback. I grew up in the outback of Australia, so as a young lad, we had a lot of Indigenous or Aboriginal people within the community that I grew up in.
Yeah, of course.
And it's the norm. Like, no one judged them, or And I think over the years, like I'm getting towards 50, but over the years I've seen change for the positive in everything, not just in music, but in everything. But there's still a long way to go. But I think what we're seeing, and I don't weigh into politics at all.
Oh no, keep out of it. I hate it.
Yeah, but one of our songs, I wrote that during COVID actually. So during the COVID time, especially here in Australia, we were brainwashed, and I was going to work. I was one of the lucky ones still function, and my crew could function, and I was going to work, and I was hearing people, very ill-informed, and they were taking what was being presented on the media as, and it was really disappointing, because they were just giving us their one view, and that's where that song Media was born. I see what's happening in the world, in Palestine and Gaza, and then over in Russia as well, and I see all that stuff, and I'll be honest, I don't understand a lot of the reasonings behind the two sides, or the four sides, if you take in the two wars that are going on at the moment. But what frustrates me, I think to myself, a lot of these people that are the casualties, the ones that are suffering from all this, they're the ones that don't really care that much. They just want to live their lives, and
just be normal.
The song "War" that we do, just be normal. But the song we do was it's an anti-war song, and it comes from stories of my two grandparents that served too for Australia, and they'd be turning in their grave if they knew that wars were still happening to this day. And you think to yourself, when will, as a civilization, or when will the world leaders actually realise that we shouldn't be doing this to ourselves? Anyway, that's my sermon for today.
Thank you, Pastor. Thank you, Pastor Shane. I appreciate it.
Yes, I know.
I'm just joking. Oh, that's good. No, but I agree with that. I think that's wonderful. That's a humble way of coming about it, because that's honestly the same way I believe too. So what I want to get into now is to you guys being a skinhead band, but don't realize you guys don't. Do you claim it still, or you support skinhead rock and roll? Is that what it is? And what do you believe about it?
Look, funny.
How do you believe? What do you believe? Because I know the boneheads, like you said, the boneheads have messed it up for us. For way we like to dress, way we like to live. And as as Evil Conduct says, it's our identity, man. You know what I mean? So this is our identity. So we're not going to let no one get away with how we believe and how we feel. But at the same time, we have this love for the world. You know what I mean? And it's struggling. So what do you believe? Cool. Tell me.
Look, yeah, you're not the first person to ask me this. Yeah, to be brutally honest, like music's my thing.
Yeah.
I've since I was 12. The first album I ever heard was the Clash self-titled, their debut album, and then we started cutting our teeth, all that late '70s stuff, and it was the Buzzcocks, the Sex Pistols, all that UK mainly, and Dead Kennedy, really big band that I like as well from the US, the Ramones. So all that real kind of, more known bands. And then we started to get into our teens. We looked at, we started getting a few compilation albums.
Yeah.
But back in those days, there wasn't Google to see what bands were out there. So, we'd go to a record store and we'd flick through the punk section and we'd see a cover that we liked. We'd know a couple of bands off it, and then we'd go home and listen to it. And yeah, so we kind of progressed, but oi music to me is that we've all got this within the band, and I think that's what makes us work really well. But I've got a real broad range of likes. Oi music is probably my favourite. And when I went to Rebellion last year, I was so rapt to go and see Last Resort and the Warriors, and there was a few others, but next year's Rebellion, there's even more oi bands that I can't to see. It's going to be
Warriors or Weekend
amazing.
Warriors. Which one are you talking about? The Weekend Warriors?
Or the Warriors. So
the Warriors.
Warriors.
Yeah.
I
like the Weekend Warriors too. They're pretty good.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they're great.
I mean, look, there's a really good scene right at the moment. Like, I've been really getting into the French scene at the moment. Claim Choice, Cream. I've always loved Lions Law. So,
Oh, I love Lions Law.
Rick.
I'm trying to get them in an interview. Yeah, I'm trying to get them.
Yeah.
They're good people, man.
Yeah. So they're playing at Rebellion next year too. Lions Law, Claim Choice. They're all going to be there. So I'm really looking forward to only playing at the festival, but seeing those guys live and getting to catch up with them is going to be amazing. So should be a good time. But look, back to the culture. I've never really grew up in Australia. I was never really in a scene.
Yeah.
Because it was 1,000 kilometres inland in the outback.
Yeah.
In a mining community. So I wasn't actually a miner myself. My father, grandfather, and great grandfather were all miners in this mine in Australia.
Yeah.
And my whole group of mates that were all into the same type of music, and we would travel to capital cities to see bands occasionally. But since I've moved 7 years ago, I've actually got into the Melbourne scene and love a lot of the bands there, and got some good friends there now, and been playing for since we've formed. So it's been really good. Marching Orders, I'd seen your interview with our bloke, and he's a top bloke, and he's been really kind to us. He gave us a slot on his Still Out of Order festival back in September. Got to play with Marching Orders, which was a hint for us.
That's a good honor.
I think held out. I think made some new fans.
Yeah, I'm proud of you guys. You guys are really actually seem like you're connecting really well as a band. Like going back to your couple new tracks that you sent to me that you wanted me to look over. Freaking amazing! Both of them were top-notch rock and roll. So you're doing what's right. You're on the right track. Keep it up, and like the first one that I don't even want to name, but the first one it started with.
You can name it. We've been playing it twice.
Dirty.
Dirty Andy. The
Dirty
actual
Andy.
title's called Dirty Monarch, but it's about Prince Andrew. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Oh my Lord, man! It was I mean, from the get-go, from the guitar solo at the beginning to get it into it, and it just rocked. I mean, I was headbanging the whole time of that song. So I mean, I loved it. I mean, that thing I think is gonna be a hit smash
Yeah.
hit. That's gonna be one on the compilations of Oi, like noise compilation, all that stuff, man. You
Yeah.
know, Oi, yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna be on there. I know it. It's bomb. Anyways, I
Yeah.
love your sweater too. By the way, I'm really jealous. And
Oh, yeah.
yeah, you
It's
dress pretty
time in
fast.
Australia early on.
I kept it simple today. I had to,
Uh,
anyway. So, tell me about what inspires you to write the music that you write. What do you think about when you
yeah,
write your music? What goes on through that head of yours?
yeah. It's I'll be honest. Being a consumer for so long and listening to bands and like I said, a broad range of punk bands. I think the bands that always resonated with me were the ones that actually had that meaning. You know, it gets back to that worse attitude. You know, I like to listen to stuff that actually grabs me, like
Yeah,
I can relate to it.
yeah.
And being in a band, like we've never deliberately gone, we're going to write this song because we want to attract these people. We've never ever done that. But
Hell no.
yeah, it's funny when songs pop into your head, and you know, Dirty Monarch was a pretty easy one. Funny story, I'd started watching a documentary on Netflix,
Yeah,
and it was about Prince Andrew. And yeah, I think everyone kind of followed the Dean story, and you know, it was just people in power that use that power to do bad things. You know, it doesn't matter who you are. You could be one of the monarchy, and
yeah.
you can. Well, he didn't get away with it. Didn't go to jail, but he obviously had to pay a large figure of money. But that said, like you know, people have said to us when we've played that song live, they've come up and yeah, he was a sick bastard. I can't believe that he got away with that. And yeah, it, all our songs have that sort of, you know, apart from Problem Sock, Wang Sock was a song that we wrote for a bit of fun. And I wrote that in conjunction with my best mate who, as a teenager, that song was written about him. So it was a true story. He's not actually in the band itself, but
Okay.
we gave him credits. Yeah, so it was just a fun song. We were drunk one night and we were having a bit of a laugh via Messenger because he lives 1,000 kilometres away from me. And
Okay.
then I put all those, you know, jokes that we were saying to each other together and put it as together as a song. Took it to band practice, and the boys go, "Oh, that is gold." So we did. But
Oh,
all our
that's
songs
awesome.
do are about one or something. Like there's nothing in there that's really made up. So we've got a single that we're going to be releasing on 7-inch in at the end of January 24.
Okay.
We're going in to record that in 2 weeks' time, but I'm really excited for that personally because that's probably my favourite song to perform. It may not be the one that people like the most when they hear it, but I love performing it. And it's called Conspiracy Theory. We've done it live a few times now,
Okay.
and we're going to be uploading it a video of it onto YouTube this Friday night.
Oh, okay. Gotta
So
watch it.
yeah, for that.
Hit me up when it comes
But
up.
yeah, look, it's got a bit of humour in it, but it's making the piss out of people who think the world's flat and you know COVID was a sham and you know
You
that
know that
the X
Australia
Files is
doesn't exist, right? You know that
yeah,
Australia
I
doesn't
know,
exist.
I know. Yeah, no, we're under the flat part of the earth. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
you're
underneath.
under
Yeah,
the flat part of the
uh,
earth. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But
Speaking of
look,
humor, go ahead. You first.
yeah.
It's your time.
No,
Go ahead.
it's a funny song, but I deliver it with a fair bit of power because it just it's funny how many people have like at the gigs when we've played it have said, wow, that song's got so much power. And I suppose that's me. Like, I can't contain myself when I get on stage. Stand My Ground's another one where I just, those songs mean a lot to me. So I really deliver venom. So, yeah, and I hope people like them when they actually do see them when we play them live for them.
Hey, okay. Speaking of humor, I got to ask you about the story of the wank sock. You gotta tell me about it. Tell us. Come on. What's up with that?
All right, mention name, but everyone in Broken Hill in the outback of Australia, they know who I'm talking about. But one of my best mates, we used to have his house. So on weekends, we used to go to his place. Now, I'm talking back in the 80s. And, back in the 80s, things were a lot different everywhere.
Yeah.
But in the outback, definitely. So our thing on weekends was, we'd get a bit of pocket money off our parents. We'd go down our mate's house. We'd buy a packet of, 20s, and we'd think we're pretty cool, 12, 13-year-old, with a cigarette hanging out. And then we'd walk down to the record and we'd flick through the records for an hour or so, and we'd all buy a record. And then we'd go back to his house and we'd put the records on. And my mate was a change of life baby. So when we were teenagers, his parents were well into their 50s.
Okay.
And it was really funny. Like the stuff that we play, his mum and dad, I'm sure they hated it. But as we got older, he started to buy a lot of magazines. So we wouldn't just go to the store. We'd go to in Australia, we call them news. We'd go to the news agents and he'd buy a few Playboy magazines and whatever else. And he got a bit of a name for himself. So one weekend we were sitting outside and, the last verse of the song, we were sitting outside and his auntie was doing the washing for his, and his auntie walked out, and that was her name, Vera, and she was dangling the sock in the air, and she goes, his jocks in the air. She goes, Travis, what are these jocks? And he goes, put them away, I'll wash them. And she goes, how'd you get white paint? So that was obviously the last verse of the song. But the whole song was such a fun night, me and him just writing it, and then him collab with us on it. So, and when we went to Broken Hill, my old hometown, to play earlier this year, we got him up on. He had a bit of a sing with us, which was really cool as well. So
that's awesome.
I
saw his picture. Yeah, saw his picture on the nightstand in the video. That was funny.
That's his picture. Yeah. So he's a miner in Broken Hill. So yeah, he couldn't come to the video when we were filming it. So I thought, how can I get him in there? And then I had this. We already had a bit of a script together, and I thought, right, bed table. Let's put a picture of him on the bedside table, which worked really well.
I love it.
It's been really well received, which is good.
That was awesome. So, so what's your favorite part of being in your band? What do you get the most out of?
I'm a people person, so I'm in a type of management role at the local council here, and I've always worked in government, so my background's horticulture, sports management and horticulture. So I've always worked in that field since I was an apprentice, and I'm a people person. So I love my bandmates, and I say it to them, I love you boys, and they always stir me up about it. But I do. Bent, my guitarist, is a metalhead. He likes a little bit of punk rock, but especially he's played grindcore, metal bands.
All right.
And, I'll be honest with you, I think Ben plays within himself a lot to play with us, but he really enjoys it, which is great.
Yeah.
I've met Ben that I probably never would have met if we weren't in a band together. And then Shane, Shane likes a lot of he likes a lot of Aussie and US punk.
Okay.
And he also owns a local independent record store here also. That's how I got to know him.
Good. I got a connection
and
out there.
Adam is originally.
I got a connection out there.
No, look, a lot of connections. And Al, our drummer, is originally from the UK, and he played in a UK punk band back in the late 80s.
Yeah.
And he moved to Australia not long after that. And he's a bit like me. We're the more outgoing ones and the ones that, in your face when we're on stage. And I'm kind of glad in a way that Al's behind the drums, because I reckon he's a bit more angrier than what I am. So we can contain behind me and I stand up the front. But no, they're all great blokes. But to answer your question, my favourite thing is meeting the people at the shows. Not other bands, but the punters that pay their hard-earned to come and watch.
Yeah, exactly.
Us guys and play.
God, we're like this. We're like the same in that area. I did a show here in town, and that's how I met my wife. Is at the same show.
Oh yeah.
And I was out there with my green mohawk up and nose ring, and I'm out there before the show. I was the opening band. And I'm out there freaking put my arms around all the mates out there, all the people, and just enjoying the crowd before it started. And I saw her walk through the door, and I went, "Hey, girl, come sit next to me." And she said no.
Yeah, good move.
Yeah, she said no, but we went out that night though. But yeah, and then she's now put up with me for 25 years. She put up with me. So
awesome.
Yeah, she's awesome. I love her. I love her with all my heart. She's a great woman. And but that goes to what you were saying. It's about the crowd. It's about the people. If you don't have the people, you don't have their love and support. You might as well not play at all. So I mean, that's what it's about.
Look, I'm not going to mention one of my all-time favorite bands. I was really disappointed a few years ago. They came to Australia, and I really wanted to, just meet them. Just say hello, g'day, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, cut a long story short, we got blown off. We didn't really get that opportunity, and I've noticed that they don't mingle with the fans. Look, I do, in a way, I get it, but at the end of the day, for me, that's more important than getting on stage. Is that interact, getting to meet these people, and hearing what they like. When we first released Demolition, people were saying, "Oh, this song, I love this song for this reason, and I love this song for that reason." And we always thought that We Are Not was probably going to be a popular track off that EP, and it has been. But in saying that, we really didn't know how the others would go. But
great EP, I love it.
Look at
it's a great EP.
If you look at the and media, it means a lot to a lot of people, because people do realise that the media is very one-eyed in a lot of aspects.
Yeah.
And I remember there was a thing, and this was where the song kind of stemmed from. There was a protest over in England during COVID, and funnily enough, that day I'd actually seen some live footage from some friends of mine in the UK.
Yeah.
At that, and it was a peaceful protest. There was people that just didn't want the monuments in the UK to be defaced.
Yes.
So, they were ex-servicemen, and some of these guys were well into their 80s, and they were just peacefully standing there protecting, the history of the UK, these really cool monuments. And when I seen it on the news that night, they were actually made out to be the troublemakers. And, that was kind of like the final straw to me. To pen the song after that. They treat us like fucking sheep. The media do. They're sheep.
Yeah, I get you.
And unfortunately, some people do think that what they say is real and is right. So
media is not always right,
um,
buddy. Yeah, the media is not
no,
always right.
it's one person's opinion, and that's what makes music scene and the world special. Is everyone, in my opinion, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I just don't like opinions when they're getting forced upon you. I'm a big believer. You let people choose their own path, and I know that sounds a bit airy, wank, but, I've had people say to me, what side are you on? Or questions around that. And, this is at gigs, and I'm not on any side. I'm a music lover. I write music that I like, and same with the rest of the boys in the band. And then we just hope that people like it. And if people do, that's great. But, I've never been left or right or to me, life's too complicated to just have spite in your life and hate one person's point of view and another person's. I just live my life.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Yep.
Yeah.
I agree. I totally agree because we can clutter ourselves so much with a religion or politics and all this stuff that can clutter our focus. You know what I mean?
They can.
So sometimes you just got to do what you love, and block those block things out. We love Christ. We're a Christian family, but I believe in what I believe, and I'm not gonna let anybody get in the way of that. So anyway, but when it comes to politics, I don't deal with that. I don't like it, one way, form, or fashion. There's even a lot of Republicans or whatever that are still the wrong way, and even the wrong are right and the right are wrong. So it doesn't matter. So I just try to stay away from that. It's best just to stay away from it.
Oh, look, I've been called naive because of it. Like you'll get people go, oh yeah, but you gotta stand for something. You got to have some opinion, and you know what?
We stand up for the human race, buddy. We stand up for live your life, be who you are, and don't hate me for what I am. That's the way I believe.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right on.
No,
man.
Look, I totally agree. Yeah, I think that's where why I'm so passionate about music is because music should bring people together. And I know I got contacted there a while ago by someone that wanted to go and watch us play in Melbourne. And we're about a 3-hour drive, and that's where we predominantly play. So I said to him, look, we're playing at this gig, and the person got back to me and said, look, I don't feel safe at that venue, or I don't feel safe with certain bands playing or whatever. And that made me really sad because, I accepted into the music scene in Melbourne, and it's sad to hear that someone doesn't feel safe. So, once again, I make a point of, contacting these people that have contacted me and saying, look, we're playing, I'm a 6 foot, 98 kilo big Aussie. So, not much worries me. I'm not an aggressive person by any stretch, but I stand up for people, not for religion or for politics. I stand up for people. Everyone should have a right to enjoy what everyone else gets a chance to enjoy. So, once again, I know that sounds really bloody airy, but that's just who I am.
I appreciate it.
Music's my thing, and that's my religion.
Yeah, it's actually mine too. I love to write music. So I probably wrote about 80 songs, and I don't have any of them published yet, but I'll send you a couple tracks when I get done. See if you like them.
Yeah,
I kind of write.
I'd appreciate.
I write punk, but I write goth rock right now too. I have a goth rock project.
Awesome.
So anyway, so back to you. Do you have? I'm getting short on time. Just to let you know, we got 3 minutes left. Anybody you like to thank for your band's success?
There is. So obviously, Ben Harris, bass player, Al, our drummer. They're just awesome blokes. And without them, we wouldn't be. Yeah, we will. It'd be hard with the time difference to try and coordinate the four of us. So, but we will try and sort something out. They're top lads, and we've had a few people over the time. Yous are different. Like, I find it hard to put yous into a category, and I think that's what makes us work well. We've all got different interests. But yeah, once again, they're top lads. The boys from Special Duties in the UK, Cockney Rejects in the UK.
I love them.
K-Board boys who we're really good friends with. Al from Marching Orders, Brod from Marching Orders have been really good. Jason from Squad. Actually, all the people from Marching Orders and Bastard Squad have been amazing to us. We're a new band. We're not actually a Melbourne band. It's hard to crack into scenes at times because, they've already got connections and they've already got friends, but those two bands, Marching Orders and Bastard Squad, have really good to us. And they've given us an opportunity to play at shows with them, which has given us exposure, which, we wouldn't have got otherwise. So thank you to those guys. Yeah.
Good. Hey,
but look, there's lots of people. Yeah, please everyone. But, you could go on and on and on. But, at the end of the day, the fans are the ones that, dictate whether you succeed or you don't succeed.
That's
so
right.
we've had some really surprising gigs and made some fans that you never thought that would get into punk rock. And that's probably the most exciting thing. Have someone that, we had one gig here locally, and it was a little old school